Hello, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here today. I hope you're having a beautiful day or night. We're gonna dive on in and get a little clarity on the energy, what messages would be helpful for you. This reading is timeless, so whenever it finds you, it's the right time. See what resonates, leave what doesn't, and use your discernment and always follow that inner divine guidance that's in you and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. We're going to start a little different. This is the Angels and Gemstone Guardians cards. It's very plural. So let's begin. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. Opening message, please and thank you. What is this foundational focus of energy today? Ooh, that's big. We got a lot of energy. It's literally the angel of energy fields. So all that stuff that you can feel, that's actually more real than what you can't, what you can physically feel, that energy thing. So this is getting grounded like a lightning rod. What's the stone? Ooh, I like this. You got tourmalated quartz. So for some of you, this is you giving a little distance between you and the old electronics. I actually get something different. I feel like some of you might have your vibrations start to vibe so high that you might actually affect electronics. So do notice if lights get a little weird by you. That's probably your energy field, because we are energy. Are you a slave to technology? Are you being bombarded? That's a good word. Bombarded. You have to say it like that though. By too many electromagnetic. I should get my glasses. What am I trying to do? Read this. Let me do it again. I gotta make my glasses a little cleaner. By electromagnetic frequencies, amplify the protection from these draining forces by reconnecting with Earth. Just an overall beautiful message. Even if you're outside and you're typically walking in nature, but you're on your phone, maybe just put your phone away, even if it's just for 20 minutes, and listen to the birds. Listen to the rustle in the leaves. Feel the breeze on your face. Pay attention to your dog. Listen to the sound that your feet make on the gravel or on the pavement. Listen to, I am getting listening to the sounds around you, almost like surrounding. So if you hear a bird, try to picture where that bird is, and then focus on a different sound and try to picture where that is. I do feel like some of you are clairaudient, so do pay attention to music that pops through, or really specific things that you hear when you hear a name. I am getting music, but I feel like for some of you, maybe you're even creating music, but I kind of feel like you do it in silence. And if you feel drained in a certain environment, take a walk. Take a walk around the block. Sit under a tree. One of the easiest ways to actually ground your energy, since we are made of electricity, is to put your bare feet on a rock or on the grass, and it literally will ground your energy to Mother Earth. You can even do some visualization. So if you can visualize almost like an anchor, your energy field, picture it kind of like a caduceus, like this, your vibration, however you want to picture it, going into the earth, through the center of the earth, all the way down through the other side of the earth, coming all the way around the earth, and then back into your head. I hope that that made sense. And then picture the opposite. Picture energy going up through your crown chakra, all the way, you know, up into the ethers, into heaven, all the way around the earth, down through the other side, and up through your feet at the same time. And see if that grounds you. That's also gonna like make your aura gigantic. So that's a good visualization thing to do. Even if it sounds silly, give it a try. I am grounded and focused. I enjoy relaxing in nature to regenerate and rejuvenate my energy field. My body easily deflects electromagnetic frequencies in my environment. I balance my life with fresh air and sunshine. I do feel like some of you will benefit from getting a little extra sunshine, even if you have to sit at your desk or sit in your house. Perhaps adjust your curtains, maybe even do a little feng shui and place your furniture in a slightly different position if you can, so wherever you normally sit, you can at least observe nature or get a little more sunlight. I am also seeing that some of you will like really benefit with that fresh air breathing in the prana, the chi, life force energy, if you bring some plants into your house or sit them on your desk, put them by your bed. I'm also seeing that maybe carrying rue-related quartz. I said rue-related, it's tourmalated, so maybe both. It just depends on what the inclusions of that quartz are. It looks like this is tourmaline, which is a really powerful stone on its own. It does completely counteract and repel and neutralize any weird vibrations or negative energies. So maybe carry some quartz or tourmaline with you. Black tourmaline specifically. So hi, Rose. Rose wants me to give her attention. All right, let's go to something totally different. Speaking of my dog making funny noises on the ground, I did bring the divine dog. So let me let Rose out, and beautiful segue, we will get to the divine dog in for you 1 second. All right, let's get a little clarity on tourmalated quartz, energy fields. Maybe it's paying attention to how your energy feels in a certain environment or on a certain project that you're working on, or around a certain person or group. Do you feel plugged in and inspired, or, you know, like you're going towards that sunshine kind of energy, like someone is a breath of fresh air? Or do you feel a little drained, uninspired, your energy is low, like it's always I'm getting like a storm field? Head more often towards that sunshine. Try to find your center. Try to find your balance. You can't always ignore, you know, the rain or the weird weather, but you can find your center in that storm. What is that? Like the, you know, I see like a tornado and how it's calmest in the center. I actually see like what do they call that? A water spout? Maybe there's some weird energy coming through, or weird weather. Sometimes it's going right into the storm. That's the easiest to get through it faster. Sometimes it's preparing for the storm, and sometimes it's getting a little inspiration, a little weather report, energetic weather report, so you can ignore that storm altogether. So let's get a divine dog message. What would be important to know today, please and thank you? Guidance, help is on the way. So you're getting some divine guidance or some helpful people around you. If you had to see in the dark, this is something coming in that's going to help you see something more clearly. I feel like there's something you're going to either read or watch. I actually see a video, but I feel like you have to watch it from start to finish. There's something important that you're going to learn about or gain knowledge on. I do feel like it somehow connects to something you already know about or have experience with, and you're going to be able to find it useful today, or it's something that you will find really useful in the future when you gain more knowledge. If you can't watch something from start to finish, maybe save it and definitely watch through the whole thing later, because there's something about you putting the whole together. But I feel like whatever that is, you have, it's attention, whether that's a person or the knowledge that you're listening to. It's something that sparks that, like, oh, like you're really curious. Even if you don't think that subject is useful, there's something where it's going to be useful. I hope that made sense. So I also feel like some of you are wise guidance or wise counsel to someone else because of something that you have experience with or knowledge on. I do feel like if you are helping somebody out, you are heard and respected. And I feel like for some of you, you're doing something where you're helping somebody's rain cloud turn to sunshine. It's like inspiration. That feels really good. So what do we bounce to next? Because I feel like it's a bouncy energy today. Let's do this. I haven't done this in a while. I brought this out a few readings ago and did not use it. This is the character oracle. It's kind of like the place, but it's people. So let's see what characters might be coming through soon, or you are dealing with now, or this could be you. What character, personality, people, energy messages are useful to know about or have extra awareness of? Maybe this is who's receiving or you are getting guidance from. Oh, maybe it's like an Uber driver. This is maybe guidance you're getting to help you get back on the road, to get on the right track, to receive the GPS, divine guidance, energetic map to something that you were lost in or confused about. Get you in the right direction, help you step on the gas and get something moving. I am getting, for some of you, you might talk to somebody who, whether they drive for a living or you are driving to see somebody, they're driving to see you. There's something about the journey, getting on the road, getting on the right road. Navigator of journeys, steering, safe passage, and welcome. I just saw like welcome to. I mean, if you're in the United States, it's usually a welcome to whatever state it is that's close by, but it could be that some of you are doing some more than a day trip kind of traveling. Maybe you have to travel to an interview, or you're traveling to something fun that would like get your energy all vamped up and ready to go. I do feel like some of you are getting dressed up for something. Maybe even transportation to something so you don't have to drive. I'm definitely getting like Uber or Lyft or something like that. Maybe you have a really good conversation with your driver, or if you're the one that drives, maybe somebody really amazing either comes along with you, whether it's you and somebody, sitting next to you, like your little co-pilot, or it's somebody that you are picking up and they're talking to you from the back seat. I do see a really good conversation. I also feel like whatever I saw before with you watching a video, maybe it's not a video, maybe it's a podcast. Maybe it's something that comes on the radio. It could even be a song that inspires you. Maybe some of you weren't in the driver's seat on your situation before. I feel like for some of you, if you were always taking a back seat to a situation, letting somebody else steer the wheel that started to go in circles, maybe you're the one getting in the driver's seat of your own means to move forward in a direction that inspires you. If there's a disconnect between you and somebody else, or somebody trying to steer you off your course, I hope that made sense. What's one more? Let's get another one. Is there another character or personality to know about? Ooh, you have a diviner. You have a seer of the unseen. And you know what that is? This is somebody who is tapping into energies. I feel like that's you. I feel like you're getting divine guidance. I feel like you are getting spiritual downloads. I also feel like you are going to really feel out somebody's energy and intentions if they have any guidance, because you always have to use your discernment when it comes to tapping into energies. You feel if it feels right for you, and if it doesn't feel like that message vibes with you, then I feel like you're going to disconnect. But I'm getting this as you. Cosmic connection, insight, foresight, and seer of the unseen. I mean, there's so much about what you can't see, but it's there. So I do feel like some of you are really trusting that guidance inside of you to get you on the right road. Because that's always where the answer is. Even if you watch a reading or something like that, it's your own personal, treasure hunt journey that it takes you on. Like, for instance, if you watch a reading and whoever it is says something that reminds you of your aunt, and then you can remember being in that bedroom when you were a kid and looking at her perfumes, and then that perfume makes you think of somebody you met later that you dated, and that person had a certain pair of jeans, that blah 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 blah. That little like treasure hunt is what takes you to that answer that's inside of you. Watching somebody or the energy of divination is just tapping into symbolism and energy and like little signposts, but you have to follow that trail yourself. So if one of the signposts that you hear really resonates and then takes you, even if you stop paying attention to whatever it is, and it takes you on your own little spiritual journey, your energetic journey somewhere, follow that journey. That's taking you to your answer. It's also being open to however synchronicity, or maybe you see numbers, or however the energy needs to come through. As soon as you try to push something or place too much of a hold, or especially if there's any ego involved or desire for it to be a certain way, it's not gonna come through in the highest vibration. It's going to be a little too much ego in there, and it's gonna steer you in probably a weird direction. So go with the messages and the energies, even if they don't make any sense. Sometimes they make sense later. I hope that makes sense. Let's get another one. Also, if you are listening to somebody and they're just, let's just say you're trying to be in this high vibration where you're not drained, and you're watching somebody and it's kind of a negative message and that doesn't really vibe with you, then maybe your frequency is changing and that doesn't really connect. So do pay attention to the messages you are listening to. And there's nothing wrong with being real, because real life is raw. But even if there's a real raw message that comes through, in any reading that you watch, is there the other side of the coin? Is there that spherical outlook where there is a healing message, undertone, or solution behind the raw message? Or does it leave you drained? Does it leave you in fear? Does it leave you scared or nervous or overwhelmed or now overanalyzing something? Because if it leaves you with those low vibrations, then I don't know, I feel like you're going to start to feel a little disconnected with it. I feel like it's looking at the both sides of the coin, looking at the extremes, looking at the dichotomy of energy, because 'tis life and earth. It is a dichotomy of all different energies. But even looking at the things that are hard that you go through, is there a lesson behind it? Is there a growth because of it? Is there a solution out of it? It's that positive intention, even that teaching energy, where it's gifting personal empowerment, not somebody to feel swallowed and scared. I hope that made sense. I do feel like maybe you're starting to distinguish the difference between, like if you go to see a reader and the first thing they want to do is sell you a magic potion for your crush to fall in love with you, that's probably not the reader to go to, because their intention is to sell their magic potion. Also, that they're selling the intention that you are manipulating somebody else's true feelings and energy, which is already a low vibe. Or somebody that says something that makes you fearful about somebody. You know what? It's all your belief. So if you believe and you know, which you are, that you are protected by God and that your vibration is powerful, significant, and like anything that comes at you, just picture anything weird bouncing back and sending out some love their way, and nothing can bring that cloud over you if you are that sunshine. Just bounce some love back. Bounce that strength off of you. Hope that if anything comes your way, if they're still sticking around to see your, positive, loving vibration, then maybe they're inspired somehow and their rain cloud will dissipate by your beautiful light. Because your light is so bright, nobody can dim it. Nobody can come in and poke holes in it unless you believe they can. So I feel like there's something really powerful about you vibrating differently, you changing the way you're thinking and your beliefs. Pay attention to your thoughts and where you are placing your energy. I am also getting a little bit of pay attention to the news, because I saw that program or something. So if you're listening to the news or the TikTok or whatever it is, and it's all this low vibrational, commercialized, put fear in society, follow the lead programming kind of stuff, then you're placing your energy field into those vibes. What if you are the one that is a little different? I feel like you are being guided to the right groups or the right information or the right thing where I feel like something's going to start to annoy you that you used to watch mindlessly. You're going to be watching and listening to something or someone mind fully, which is really different. And also with this true wisdom in your soul. I hope that made sense. That was a lot on that. I'm not even sure exactly what I said, but I feel like that was what we needed from that. So let's go do something different. Did say we were going to bounce, right? So what do we bounce to next? The universe. Let's go to the universe. And I did mention the place, right? Maybe we should get a place too. People, places, things. Also, maybe some of you have a natural gift on, you know, I mentioned readers, but maybe you read coffee grinds or tea leaves, or you cast runes, or maybe you just meditate and you connect with crystals, scrying of some kind. Now just remember, these are just tools. Those are just neutral things. Your intention, your authenticity behind them is what's important. Not the tool. The tool's just the thing. The cards are just cards. These are just pictures. It's the intention behind getting those messages. And often, if you are receiving messages, and you're gifted at this, and this is something that's growing, it is probably messages, because when you're neutral, it's usually not when you're asking for something personal. That's why a lot of readers actually go to another reader, because they can't do a reading on themselves. So I am seeing that a lot of you are getting guidance to help others, to really help others. But there's something about you helping others and empowering them to help themselves. That the answer is not in them. Not that you come to this person for the answer, I have all your answers. No. The only way you get answers is the direct connection to God, to source, to your higher self. But we are all in tune with each other's energy. We are all one, even though we have totally different viewpoints on how we see the world through our eyes. I hope that made sense. I do feel like some of you are meant to help others. So just go with it. If the messages come out and they make absolutely no sense to you and you see a green banana, mention it, because that green banana may mean nothing to you, but it might mean something to somebody else. And you have to really have faith. I don't know why I see a green banana. I just thought of a banana hammock. Somebody's Speedo. So just say it. And if you are receiving divine guidance for yourself, it's a little more elusive to listen to those messages. There's a little more blind faith involved. I just thought of Can't Find My Way Home by Blind Faith. I really like that song a lot. And leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting so long. Somebody holds the key, but I'm near the end and I just ain't got the time. Oh, and I'm wasted and I can't find my way home. Maybe some of you are going out and you do need to call an Uber driver. Extra message, call the Uber. All right, what else would be helpful? There's something about me leaving your money alone. That's a line in that song. Come down off your throne and leave your money alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting all these years. Somebody holds the key. Something about those lyrics. Also, the chord changes in that song are just so gorgeous and kind of unusual. Maybe you're a musician. Meet a musician. One day, when you least expect it, you're going to crash into someone who's going to be so soft and gentle with your heart, and you are going to be so glad that you kept it open. You are going to be so glad that you chose to believe your heart deserved more, that you deserved more. So there's going to be somebody who's both strong, come out of nowhere. They're being guided towards, or they're being guided towards you. And they're going to, even if they're super strong on the outside, because that's kind of what I get, there's something so compassionate about how they treat you, respect you, love you, and value you. So be open and see. That was nice. What did I say? We'd use a place? Do I have it close by? I do. So let's get you a place. Maybe this is some place you are driving to, or a place you're meeting somebody at. This could be a place where you vibe like sunshine at, or this could be maybe that place with the big old rain cloud. Let's see what comes through. See how it feels for you. What's a place of importance to know about today? Please and thank you. What's an important place to know about? The desert. The desert. Maybe it's been a long dry spell. Maybe you're going to find an oasis in that desert. There's also a snake here. So maybe you're leaving an energy where it was kind of constricting. And maybe you are shedding an old way, shedding that old skin, not crawling back in that old you, vibing different, transformation, arid landscapes, dunes and sands and endless horizons. I kind of feel like that's kind of like a goal. Like you get to a horizon and you get to go to another horizon. But there's something about getting out of the desert and not sticking your head in the sand. If that could have been someone else too. Somebody being more open to energies. I don't know why I hear telepathy. Maybe you have telepathy with a certain person. Telepathic messages. I just thought of remote viewing. Maybe you do remote viewing. Maybe you live near a desert or you have to go across a desert. But I don't know why I look at that and I wanted to say dessert. Maybe something that you thought would never end. You know, something was like endlessly going around in circles. Maybe it's about an ending and traveling towards a new horizon. Maybe that's where you're getting guidance or help. You couldn't see a way out or a way through, and maybe that is changing. It could also be somebody else's situation. One more, since we have two from the character. What is one more place of prominence, please and thank you? Is there another important place? The bathroom. Well, if you, these are all down. I guess if you're in the desert and you come across that amazing tub, that would be a way to nourish yourself. But I kind of feel like here it's a cleanse. I feel like you're pulling the plug on something that was drying you out, not nourishing your cup. You're filling up your whole bathtub here, not just your cup. I mean, that's a pretty big cup to fill. Self-love, water, renewal. Well, you have a desert here, and it looks like maybe you found your spa in the oasis, or your oasis in the desert. Water, pristine, a cleanse, and a renewal. It's something about a renewal in your heart or your emotions or your intuition. because water connects to intuitive energies. Maybe for some of you, you know, where did I see here? Maybe it's not walking outside. Maybe for some of you, it's just a moment to yourself in the bathroom. You know, like tell your roommate, tell your kids, tell your honey, whoever it is, be like, do not disturb when I am in the bath. I am meditating. You know, take a bubble bath. Listen to some meditation music, or, you know, some kind of inspiring information. Maybe turn off all of the sounds altogether and just be at peace in yourself, in your space. If you are at work and you feel a little overwhelmed and you just need like time, 2 minutes, go to the bathroom. Really like breathe in, breathe out. Just take a moment, ground yourself, and then go back out. Take a moment to really ground yourself and change your own energy up. Like 2 minutes can make all the difference. So let's go to this one. This is the Tarot of the Black Rose. I feel like I want to get a little organized. Hold on. I hope you can kind of see these. I actually see something specific message. Maybe some of you are, I see somebody having trouble driving at night. I feel like that has something to do with eyesight. I kind of feel like if you had the right glasses or something, that that ride would be a lot smoother. I also feel like with these two together, there's something about GPS. I'm also seeing with that desert, there's something about maybe GPS going offline for a little bit. I kind of feel like somebody at some point has to stop and ask for directions the old school way. Okay, let's see. Let's just let the cards fall and see what comes through. What messages would be helpful to know today? Guidance on a way through, a way around, a way to, a way out. Well, let's hope it's a way out of that situation. So you have the Devil coming out. The Devil is, there's another snake here. There's something about somebody having a snaky energy. Not the good kind of transformation, but the kind of like holding on to somebody, constraining somebody, keeping somebody like feeling energetically chained up. The Devil comes through when somebody's ready to face it, when someone's ready to look that devil in the eye and say, what? What? And all of a sudden, that devil's tail kind of goes between its legs and scurries on away. Sometimes the hardest thing with the devil is facing it. Once it's faced, its power dissipates. It's a strong energy. It could just be for some of you, you are dealing with a very strong Capricorn kind of energy. It could be a boss kind of energy, somebody in charge of something. But this is you taking charge of what you can control. This is you releasing anything that was chaining your energy up, pulling that plug, and cleansing weird-ass energies, constraining you out of your life. Sometimes this is just the too much, or way too much. Sometimes that devil energy comes through with something that feels like fun, or it feels like a release, or it feels like even a responsibility. And then it becomes so overpowering in your life that you stop, you put so much attention into it that you've pulled attention away from different areas that could get you farther if they got a little of your attention. You know, the too much can be too much work, no fun. It could be too much gym, no sleep. It could be too much ice cream, no salads. It could be too much of anything is going to create an imbalance in energy. So sometimes it's pulling the plug, going cold turkey, making some big changes, cleansing all that away, and going a different direction. Sometimes it's just a small little tweak that makes all the difference. Let's ask why that is coming through. Why is the devil coming through? It's sometimes an obsessive energy, just too much energy placed on a certain outcome or on a certain person or on a certain goal, or on oneself, completely in ego land. And it's still like creating some kind of chained to the past or chained to the now. It's constraining somehow for that freedom to develop naturally within a day and towards the future. Why is 15 the devil here? Somebody is holding themselves back from heading towards their Four of Wands, which is building something secure, which is building a home, which are the memories that you want to remember. It could also be that somebody is obsessing about a specific memory that was so amazeballs in their life that they can't let it go. But this looks like, it says welcome here. Didn't your thing say welcome? But that's where you actually feel welcome, not when you walk into a house and you dread going in. Or you're in a house and all you can think about is leaving even though you never walk out the door. The Four of Wands is such a beautiful energy. It does connect to a twin flame energy, which kind of does make sense. If somebody was overly focused on somebody else or an amazingly divine, out of this world, unconditional love that they feel, but not putting that self-love into themselves, then it is almost like energetically restraining the other person they are so beautifully in love with. Because usually there is a lesson to be learned about self-love, healing, independence. That love you put out there, but completely letting it go so that you allow complete free will. The devil is not free will. The devil is somebody that wants to overpower, to scare somebody into doing something, to force somebody into doing something, to manipulate somebody into doing something, for keeping them confused, holding them down. Why do you want to spiritually elevate? You should stay down with the other caterpillars. And it's like that tempting, but it's never, there's never a satisfaction. Even if it's immediate satisfaction, it's short lasting. It's like a little sugar rush. And then you need another little sugar rush, but you're always at that down is never really worth that little whoo. I hope that made sense. It's like instead of beautiful honey that is nourishing, look at honey. You can get honey in the tombs of Egypt and it's thousands years old and it's never gonna expire. Honey has a natural connection to our body where our body produces that particular sugar differently than any other sugar. And then you have like confetti, what do I think, confetti sugar? What's that, Confederate sugar, like artificial sweetener, where it's almost like poison to the body, even though it's sweet. There's a difference. Honey is also one substance you can't, I'm going to go into a honey, a honey tangent, being a beekeeper. Maybe that's one of those things that interest you. Also, every time this comes through, I like to get on my little platform and say, if you have any interest in being a beekeeper, do it, because we need the bees. It's the ecosystem of the entire world, and they're really important. And, you know, they pollinate our world. They create growth. If you have any kind of allergies, buy your honey local. Also support your local beekeepers. And you know, the bees that pollinate that local environment that you live in will help you with those allergies that you have, because it's the allergies you have to your environment. And those bees, the honey is just also honey on the wound. You know, it's like an antiseptic. No weird energies can get in there and cause an infection. I just went on a honey tangent with you guys, but there's something about the difference between honey and artificial sweetener, or, you know, like the wrong kind of sugars. The Four of Wands is where it's the wedding. It's the dance under the gazebo. It's that moment with somebody that you are so grateful and feel so blessed in your little snapshots of life moments that you got to have. And if there is anything holding you back or getting in your own way, or somebody else getting in your way on these possible beautiful moments that make you feel alive and thriving, then it's telling whoever it is, or getting out of your own way and going towards those beautiful, welcoming moments in your life. This is where something has that beautiful platform to build upon. It feels like a happy house. Upside down, it's like never asking that person to dance, never opening up your heart to somebody that offered you real love. Walking right by the oasis in the desert and thinking that it's not real, or that never happens to you. That can't be real, that's an illusion. So let's see. What is another message, please and thank you? I want to clarify that Four of Wands. What is the Four of Wands about? That somebody was believing in their mind that they couldn't have a beautiful situation, or couldn't get out of one that was keeping them in a cage. This is somebody's mindset telling them they can't. That they're stuck. That this cage is locked forever. That they are, I don't know, I see like they made their bed and they have to lie in it now. They signed the contract and they have to stay in it. This is all that they know. There can't be anything better. It's not positivity and possibility. It's settling. It's accepting less than you deserve, or whoever that is. I don't really think that's your energy for most of you. I feel like that's maybe giving you clarity on why somebody is stuck in a situation that's unhealthy. Maybe it's that they don't believe they deserve better. And that's a big soul lesson. Self-love. I'm getting also, you know, lead a horse to water, or lead a horse to the bathtub, but they have to be willing to drink. The Eight of Swords, there's always a way through. There's always a key to unlock that cage. There's always a way to do something through the side angle that was never thought of before. This is just somebody accepting the belief that they can't change, that they can't move, that they can't grow, that they can't, instead of, why not? There's definitely a key around here some way. If that didn't work, maybe it's a different way. And once somebody changes their mind, all of a sudden, that divine guidance starts to show them possibilities of how it can be different. On how beautiful it could be. I just thought of Debbie Gibson. Oh my gosh, what a weird song. That's so old. I'm aging myself with that. It's like, could have been so beautiful, could have been so right, could have been my lover for all of my life. I don't know when she wrote that, like when she was like a teenager. Wow, I just had another song come through. What a weird song. I think it's Melanie C. I want to say it came out in 2000. I Turn to You. I said something before about the sun. I turn like a flower bleeding to, like a flower leaning to the sun. I turn to you, 'cause you're the only one. You turn me around when I'm upside down. I turn to you. I think I got that right. It's been a while. I can remember. I'm gonna give you a little taste of my own little memory land. I can remember listening to that song played by the DJ in Club Cheetah in New York City, probably in 2000. That was a long ass time ago. I am so aging myself in this reading. So, what's that? Let's see what's at the bottom. Why somebody feels stuck? Because they wanna be in love. Somebody had this gorgeous offer, this huge chalice, this beautiful cleansing bathtub. But somebody has to be willing to come in with that cup full. Not somebody coming in and saying, fill my cup, fill my cup, fill my cup, fill my cup. Or fill my cup and I'll give you this. Fill my cup and I'll give you that. It's like, no, this is fill my cup because I love you. Or I fill my cup and you want to do it out of love. Equal exchange, not to get something. Ace of Cups is, there's a heart in the cup. There's somebody who is opening up their heart or letting their heart lead them towards a beginning, towards falling in love. First, this is self-love, but it is a possible, beautiful romance. It's also where somebody is getting divine guidance that is of a high vibration, that's in the energy of love, not selfish desires or heavy wants. It's just a totally different vibration. This is a start, a beginning. But if you take that cup and you're like, oh, I'll get to it later, and somebody puts it on the shelf, it's probably going to dry up, or that offer could go away, or that beginning never gets grounded. That spiritual fire never stays lit. Those emotions are never felt. The experience is never had. So therefore, nothing's going to grow. It has to be a back and forth flow of energy. It's also possible if somebody refused this beautiful cup of love, somebody else takes that offer. It's also possible you offer it and somebody's arms are closed and they're not ready to receive. And then you take that cup back and you know what you deserve. And when the right beautiful heart is there to embrace it, then you offer it to them. Whatever feels right for you in your situation. But this is a beginning coming through. This is somebody who doesn't want to feel like they are in a partnership that is codependent or obsessive or overwhelming or constraining. Like they're in a big old cage every day, or they're caging in their own emotions, or they're not expressing how they truly feel. These two together are gorgeous. The four of rods and the Ace of Cups. that's not just a gorgeous start and an open heart with wings of freedom and a vibration of spirituality. It's an overall kind of love. It opens, it blossoms. It has the capacity to build it has your lock. That's your key. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that was there. First, when I see the mushrooms, I think of the biggest kingdom on earth, because the mushroom kingdom is gigantic. It's huge. But now look at that key. Maybe that's the way to change this mindset on how you felt trapped or how someone else felt trapped. Looks like the key is love. The key is following intuition and your higher self. The key is connecting to the divine, to the ethereal realm, to, I'm going to go back to the beginning, energies. So I think that's our reading. Thank you for being here today. I love you so much. I hope this reading was helpful. At times it felt rather intense, and at times it was sweet like honey. So thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you very soon. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day or night, and I look forward to vibing with you tomorrow. Bye.